Welcome, punter, to another episode of Tipster. On my right here is Mr. Michael Gannon, or Mick Gannon as we know him. How are you, Mick?
G'day, Damo. G'day. How are you, mate?
I'm all right, mate. I'm all right. It's an interesting time at the end of the autumn carnival, but I love how it ends because it ends, but you've got these great country carnivals, eh?
Well, it just never ends, does it?
Never
You
ends.
go from the big city carnivals out to the country, to the Bool, to Wagga. Just had Albury not so long ago and just keeps on keeping on and keeps us in a gig, so it's good.
Yeah, no, it goes well. And of course, the Bool is on as we speak. We're in the middle of the Bool Carnival, probably literally in the middle of the Bool Carnival as we record. First day, and the voice of the Bool, he tips 5 from 10. That of course, is Rick McIntosh, and 89% pot. I mean, Rick, they've put a statue of him at the Whalers Hotel in town at Warrnambool. And hey, Mick, I don't know if he loves Warrnambool. I only remember this one a few years ago.
Over half coming into it. It passes Deliberate at the Elgar Hood. There's 6 left to jump as they charge down to the Tozer Road double. Seriously, how bloody good is the Bool? There's 6 to jump. Regina Kelly is the leader. Makes the right-hander.
Don't you love that? How good is the Bool? Like,
Yeah.
he just, and of course the statue there.
statue.
How'd you like that? They put a statue with you in the pub. Like, does it get better than that?
Oh, that's the epitome of racing.
So there we go. That's on at the moment, folks. But hey, as always, we've got a big episode for you. This is the episode, this is the show where we use the data on thegreattipoff.com to tell you who are the punters, who are the media experts who are shooting the lights out. This is your only source, and of course we are the source, aren't we, at the end of the day? And so we've got a great episode for you. We'll tell you who the tipster of the month were in April. We've got the old free tips, the early mail from some big names, Sky Racing and so forth, and we'll talk a bit more about those. And of course from the punters, Mick, who come to the site.
Well, there's one punter in there that dominates, and he's a bit of a Twitter, what would you say, personality.
Yeah, he
So
is.
be interesting to see what he's got for us. He's a gun.
Yeah,
I'm very
he's a
keen
gun.
to see what we can chime into there on the weekend.
Yeah, a bit going on. Of course, we round out with Mick's moral, and you've been going pretty good yourself, Mick. See your head popping up there in the top
It's
5 or
about
10.
4 of the last 4 mixed morals to kick off the
Yeah,
year, so I'll be
and
putting
the
in for a
mixed
bonus.
2023's his year, punters. They're all over him, this bloke. So stick around, more to come.
You're watching Tipster, and we're going into Tipster of the Month overall. That's all professional and media tipsters, and of course just your regular punter for April. Having a go, the regular punter having a go. It's one of us, isn't it, mate? So in first, Axel 1988 or 1988, and this is a punter that we've seen plenty of. Just not a one-off performance, but a $12,750 profit over 365 days, and obviously in the month of April, Axel has absolutely dominated, 144% profit on turnover. Hats off to you, Axel. You are a star.
Yeah, sure. And Big Rig 13, he's there in second place. Have a look at some of these stats, right? $31.98 average price from 89 tips. So low strike rate, massive average price. It's not a flash in the pan because he's got the pro symbol there. Big thing there, Mick, he loves betting overseas. So if you're sitting back, you want to have a punt, it's a bit late, kids are out, whatever the case is, you're looking for someone, look up Big Rig 13, he's got the goods.
And average price of $31.90.
Huge.
Wow.
Huge.
Tab Lord KP, Kiaarn, in third position there. A bit of media personality, good mates with Chris Winners, and Chris steered me into Tab Lord KP. He said this guy is an absolute jet. The numbers back that up: 116% profit on turnover, 63 tips, 25% strike rate, and an average price of $8.49. You're a star, Tab Lord KP. I want to hear more from you. Keep going, son. You're killing it.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, the next one's Alan Utterson. I mean, look, we have thousands and thousands of punters, so the fact that you see this guy all the time just tells you how good he is. He has the best long-term profit and one of the best short-term profits. That means he's a gun. He's a top 5 again this month, and look, he's just very special. Look at these stats: 104% pot, $7.44. Do yourself a favour, subscribe to his tips, back his hot bets. You know, he's a gun.
I might just give up and just follow Al.
I tell you what, why wouldn't you?
And in fifth position there, Talking Turf. Well, with a name like that, we'd expect big things. 81% profit on turnover, average price $7.89. I tell you what, the average prices are high.
Yeah. Good
to see, punters. Well done. Hats off to you. You've dominated the month of April. Tipster of the month for April, the media edition, and wow, pretty impressive leaderboard we've got up there, Damo. And Kiaarn Dickens on top, 59% profit on turnover, 66 tips, an average price of $4.60. But all that aside, she's gone within a nose of tipping the card. And where was that? At
Warwick.
At Warwick, of all places,
Yeah.
up in Queensland. And she focuses mainly in the country, provincial Queensland. But if you can get your hands on any of Kiaarn's work, she's an absolute gun, so make sure you do that. She works alongside Joycey, who would probably be one of the best media tipsters going around here. She's just an absolute star. So she's probably learning plenty off Joycey and probably teaching Joycey a lesson or two herself.
Yeah, look, she's a hard worker too. Like, if you hear what Kiaarn puts into her work, she doesn't throw darts at a dartboard, that's for sure, and that shows in those sort of figures.
That's absolutely outstanding. A couple of great tip-offs there, Damo.
Yeah, there we go. Nick Ashman, of course. Hey, Nick Ashman, #1 media expert in March. 1 month later, #2 media expert. I mean, Nick is a gun. We tell people he's a gun. Great to have him on board. And look at these numbers, 52%. Again, I love that average price, nearly $8, just on $8. 110 tips. He's tipping him at any old price. He had another $60 winner a couple of days ago or last week.
$101 when he tipped it into 67. So it was an enormous effort.
That's right. Yeah, looking at the old sheet here, that was Dum Woodall, and he does well everywhere. So congratulations, Nick, because of course he had a winner yesterday. It was at Britannicus, wasn't it? Who won one of the races in the first day at the Bool. Carnival day 1.
What a thrill. What a thrill it is to have a winning racehorse, especially at the Bool.
Yeah.
Especially when you're at lunch with the boys.
Yeah.
So that's something.
There's another bloke who'll be at the Bool right as we speak.
Yeah, he doesn't want a lunch either. Old Mark Hunter there in third position for the great tip-off. 49% profit on turnover, 127 tips. Average price of $5.90. He's one of the most informed tipsters in the country. And the best thing about that is, Damo, you know what you got to do? You go to thegreattipoff.com, you type in Mark Hunter, and you'll be able to get his premium tip package whenever he tips, which is often quite a few times a week. So make sure you do that.
All the goodies in that one, and the same with Nick too, of course. Speed maps in the lot and the staking plan, which you don't get in any public domain.
Absolutely, get the complete works burger with both of those, and don't forget the Mick Gannon as well. You can type that in if you want. If you just want to make about 1% profit on turnover. In fourth position there, Damo.
Of course, we've got Steve Zammit, and look, Steve Zammit's with the telly. You don't see much on social media or whatever, but hey, I've had from a good source, so Brad Davidson, had some good words to say about Steve when he was at the telly. He reckons he's an absolute gun, and this isn't the first time we've seen him in the top 5, so that goes to that point right there.
Up you go, Steve Zammit. See him all the time. I see the name Zammit in the telly for many years.
Yeah,
he's poking about.
That's
and,
Steve.
Doing your thing. So
good Maltese heritage there.
Yeah, there you go. Something for the battlers. And Neil Evans in 5th, Racing New South Wales, does a fair bit of stuff on social media as well. Pops up in the article on news.com.au with myself and Dino as well. And yeah, he does some good work on Neil. So 34% profit on turnover. I shouldn't call him old Neil. I've got no idea how old you are, Neil. Apologies, son. And 90 tips, so and that's pretty good effort around that 38% strike rate. It's hard to go backwards with those figures.
No, it goes well. Okay, punters, so you know who the big winners are. So, hey, it's time to get the early mail from them. So, obviously, this will roll out around Thursday, at least 48 hours ahead of them jumping. So listen carefully. And to kick it off, we've got the lady who's at the top of the table when it comes to media expert, Kiaarn Dickens. Let's get her early mail for Saturday.
Hey guys, Kiaarn Dickens here from Sky Racing. You'll see me up here covering plenty of meetings in Queensland. Love what you guys do on the great tip-off. For my tip this Saturday, I'll go with Yellow Brick, resuming in the Guineas up there at the Sunshine Coast for Tony and Madison Sears. Probably unlucky not to go out a winner behind Fashion Legend on Magic Millions Day. Love the trial ahead of La Palmiere. Everything looks good for a great prep.
All right, so you saw some of those gun tipsters on the overall leaderboard. We've rounded them up, and here's some early mail that you won't get anywhere else.
G'day guys, my name's Kiaarn Pethybridge, also known as Tabloid KP on Twitter. I've been a pretty keen form student now for about 12, 13 years. I initially started punting underage. I'd sneak into the tab and had absolutely no idea what I was doing. You could argue I still don't know what I'm doing, but over time my processes have evolved to the point where I have a database which I started on my own sort of COVID time, and it's sort of progressed since then. I also use another rating system, and I watch a lot of sort of replays and I guess objectively try and rate the runs myself. It's obviously, a passion of mine, and it will be for some time. This weekend I'm pretty keen on winning the last at Gosford, short shorts. I sort of think you can rule a line through her provincial championships run. She set a okay tempo on unfavourable conditions, and obviously she folded late. She was nominated the other day, didn't get a run, and I think she finds a pretty winnable race this weekend. She sort of maps to get a pretty good run. Garrison may lead her, but she is a fit horse, so she should be able to lead Garrison. And if the track remains dry, which the weather sort of suggests it will, I think she's a ripping bet. So I'm pretty keen on short shorts this weekend in the last at Gosford. Good luck, punters.
Okay, punters, we're in the home straight for Tipster in April, or the April performers, that is. So, hey, before we get into Mick's Moral, of course, we've got some big race days, Mick, in the country, not just the Bool. Of course, we've got the Wagga Gold Cup. And of course, if you want to get some exclusive information that you won't get anywhere else, head over to the Wagga webpage on their calendar page, and you're going to see an article there from thegreattipoff.com. Of course, Mick Gannon, he's given you some exclusive information there. So
something for the Gold Cup from me, and maybe something for the town plate from Luke.
And the town plate from Luke, of course. I almost forgot. Thanks for that, Mick. And of course, on Saturday, the Gosford Race Club has their big day, the Coast Race Day, Group 3 race. Great day out there. I'm going to be out there, and a few other staff. And of course, head to their page, because Mick Gannon is writing some exclusive content for them. So there you go to the news page there, and you'll see that article, which will be some exclusive mail, right, Mick? And of course, Mick goes pretty good at Gosford too.
Just humbly, I dominate Gosford the same way Josh Parr dominates Gosford. It's just around the corner. It's an area I like to do my best work. So check it out, punters. We'll hopefully come up with a few winners.
You're talking about form analysis there, of
Absolutely.
course. So, of course, without any further ado, we'll get another early tip from Mick Gannon. Of course, the Mick's Moral. Now, Mick, remind me, how's Mick Moral gone in 2023?
4 from 4 this year.
4.
Thanks for asking, Damian. might only be 3 from 3, because I think we've only done 3 shows, but 100%. We're going to go with a $7 shot.
You're confident. Yeah.
We're going to go with a $7 shot in the takeover target. A horse by the name of Shades of Rose has gone Group 1 failure. It's gone over to the Quokka. I get it. It's got a fair bit against us, but she's a fast galloper. You're getting around the $7 mark. Gosford suits. Looking for a bit of the old jump, lead, win sort of setup here, and I think Shades of Rose with Aaron Bullock, a hungry Aaron Bullock in a listed race, will give us a massive sight.
Well, if you're looking for a jump, lead, win, that's the track, isn't it? Gosford. Always like that.
It is
that track for that profile.
It is a very, very profitable place to be if you can be in the top 4 at Gosford.
Yeah, sure. There we go. Insights from Mick Gannon. So, hey, that's the end of the program, Mick. Of course, as always, make sure you hit the little bell light button on the page that you're looking at with YouTube, if you're looking from YouTube, because, of course, you subscribe, you'll find out straight away when this show drops. And, of course, all the other great content that comes from yours truly to my right here. Mick, give us a bit of a heads up when the All In program comes back.
Mate, just negotiating contracts at the moment. We'll see how we go. Likely that we'll get something back early spring and just dominate the spring once again.
So probably late August?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. Until then, that's why you want to subscribe, because you know what? That might change, and you'll get alerted as soon as this show and All In and any other show that we do drops. Of course, other things, go to the site, join the site, tip for $1,000 each month, all that sort of stuff. There's great stuff to go on there. Buy tips, get paid for tips, all the great stuff. And of course, every tipster you can think of, you put their name in, you'll find out their stats and follow on there.
Perfect.
Until
Easy
next
as
month.
that.
Easy as that.
Good
And you'll find
punting.
Mick Gannon there too. Till next time, Mick.
Go well.
Go well.